Alright guys, another weekend of football. Will Sterling help Man City to pound Fulham? Ollie's now officially behind the wheel at Manchester United. Will they avoid a sting against Watford and the Hornets? Cardiff are playing Chelsea. Can Maurizio Sarri's men finally regain some pride and make a charge for top four? It's a big game between Liverpool and Tottenham. And then we've also got Arsenal against Rafa Benitez's Newcastle. I'm here, I'm a Tottenham fan. This is going to be fun for you guys. Welcome to the Sanderson Show. So how you doing, guys? How you doing, Trevor?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So we'll get to the Liverpool-Tottenham game shortly, but we'll start with Fulham versus Manchester City. How do you see the game going? Only one way.
It's only one way.
You've got the best attack in the league against the worst defence.
Yeah,
it's looking pretty
Stats
big
speak for itself. Man.
Yeah. Fulham in the last game, they played Liverpool, put up a good fight, but ultimately lost. I can't see them doing anything against City. I hope, obviously, they do, but I can't see them getting anything out of the game. Do you think City will go on to win the league if they win this game? Or if they lose this game, do you think it could knock them off course?
I don't necessarily see this fixture as being the pivotal fixture. I see this as light work, if I'm honest. The worst defence versus Man City just spells trouble. Sterling's on fire. We're getting into business ends, final run, 7 games to go, whatever it is. I don't see this being a crucial fixture. I expect a Man City win by a good 3 goals at least.
So speaking of Sterling, a lot of talk about him at the moment. So obviously he's played really well for England during the international break. He's been on fire for Manchester City. Do you think he should win the Player of the Year?
He deserves it. Ultimately, it kind of might come down to who wins the league. Although I think the votes are in already, right? Apart from the writers' award, I think the writers' one happens at the end of the season. So I think at the time of voting, I think most people would have probably voted for Van Dijk. So I think Van Dijk will get Players' Player, and I think it might come down to who wins the league as to who gets the writers.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is those two. I think it's Sterling. I think it's Van Dijk. Should Mane be in the conversation? Maybe.
I just think he's made a late surge.
Yeah.
But really, it's consistency over the whole season. So you got the likes of Son. You could throw Son into the mix. He's been a bit on and off. Obviously, he's gone away, so he's missed part of the season. But yeah, consistency over the course of the season. Even Aguero you can put him in there. But yeah, I think it's really just a heads up between Van Dijk and Sterling.
Interesting. So guys, let us know what you think. Manchester City gonna cruise to victory? Are they gonna slip up? And does Sterling win the Player of the Year award in your opinion? Guys, let us know in the comments below. So now we'll move on to Manchester United versus Watford, and this is a very good period for Manchester United if you're a Manchester United fan. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has officially been made the manager of Manchester United, so no Pochettino.
Yes, happy about that.
Mike Phelan is still at the club. Mourinho's gone. Feel-good factors back at Manchester United. Is it going to go one way? Is it going to be a Manchester United win at the weekend?
I don't think it's as straightforward as that.
Okay.
Watford have got a couple of little ballers. I like Delafeu. I actually like Will Hughes as well, but he's not been getting minutes. But yeah, it can be tricky playing Watford. So I'm hopeful because obviously United they're in the top 3-4 battle with Tottenham. So I'm hopeful that Watford get a little draw.
Yeah, I think, as you just said, I think it's very possible. I'm leaning towards Manchester United only because of the momentum, Old Trafford. I don't know if Watford have enough to hurt Manchester United consistently on the break or soak up enough pressure to do that. But you make a very good point with it being a battle for the top four now. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over and compared to now, he's collected more points than any other manager in the league.
Is that right?
Yeah, so he's collected 32 points, next to Liverpool and then Manchester City on 31 and 30 respectively. So he's done a fantastic job. Yeah. When he first took over, Manchester United were 16 points behind, top of the table. Now it's not as much as that. So again, he's been given a job permanently. Do you think it's the right choice? Obviously, you being a Tottenham fan, you're happy that Poch isn't going there.
Well, it's a choice I'm happy with. I think time will tell whether it's the right choice or not. I think at this point in time, they couldn't have done anything else.
Yeah.
Even if they went and got the best man that they wanted, be it Pochettino, that manager would have been under huge pressure because they're on the back of like you said, a magnificent run.
Yeah.
So, the next manager that's come in, he's under huge pressure. He's literally got to do a perfect job in order to justify himself. So I think it's the right decision for the time. We'll see how long it lasts. Because I think United, if you look over the managers they've had over the years, they have their little runs, and in my opinion, you get complacency setting from these players. How comes these players, can now suddenly turn it on when Solskjaer comes in, and then just basically flop? So these are the same players that they had. So
it'll be interesting. I mean, again, being a Liverpool fan, I don't really care if they do well or not, but it's good for the league if Manchester United are involved and they're playing good, consistent football. And if it's a strong league, ultimately the whole of the league and all the players, all the teams get stronger. As you've seen in Europe this season, still got 4 teams in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So something's going well.
Yeah. They are doing well. I can't say I was cheering for them in the Champions League, if I'm honest. But you're right. It makes all of the other teams have to step up, and they ultimately then do better. So I think it's good to have a good, strong top 6 that's close to each other, rather than historically we've always just had a top 4 or even less. So
exactly,
it's good.
So guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. Is Ole the right man for the job? Should have gone to someone else like Poch? Maybe. And will Manchester United come through this weekend unscathed? Let us know in the comments below. So now we go to Wales, where Chelsea will be travelling from West London to take on Cardiff. Big game for Chelsea. Their last outing was against Everton and they got absolutely battered from pillar to post. They lost the game 2-0, but it could have been a lot more. And questions are coming up now. I mean, obviously they've got the transfer ban. They've got players who don't really look like they want to be there. They've got players like Jorginho who haven't really settled into the league. And Maurizio Sarri is under a lot of pressure. If they lose this game, could he lose his job?
I just don't see the benefit of necessarily getting rid of Sarri right now. I don't think he'll be there next season. And if I'm honest, I don't think he particularly cares. So the pressure, I don't think it's really affected him at all. You just don't know what Chelsea's gonna turn up. That's the thing. I do think Hazard ultimately will be gone. I don't know. Well, they can't sign players this summer, right?
Well, they've already got Pulisic. So they got Pulisic in January. So he comes in the summer. So quote unquote, he might be Hazard's replacement.
Yeah. But I mean, I know a couple of Chelsea fans, and they've been saying all season that 100% he'll be gone at the end of the season.
It looks like it.
It's whether he's good enough to carry them over the line himself. To be honest, he's a tremendous player. But yeah, I actually don't know, and I quite fancy Cardiff to get a draw on this one as well. Yeah.
As you said, it all depends on what Chelsea turn up. If Chelsea turn up and they play how they can play, they blow Cardiff away.
Yeah.
But if they turn up and they're not on game, they could get turned over. So, as you said with Hazard, I think he's one of those players that, yes, he carries the team, but I think they look to him almost too much to carry the team. So when he's not firing, the whole system collapses.
Yeah, but I think then bringing Higuain in is definitely helping.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's someone that let's be honest, he's certified.
Yeah.
There's been question marks over your Moratas and Girouds and whatnot. But you can't question Higuain, and he's hit the ground running almost. Really, he's got a few goals already. So So yeah, maybe he might take that pressure off.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm going to go for a Chelsea win. I think they'll scrape through. I don't think it'll be easy. I don't think it'll be pretty, but I think they've got enough quality to get past Cardiff. And Cardiff, one of the teams I've got to go down this season. Yeah. If they can't win this game, I think it kind of writes off their top 4 aspirations this season, because they had the was it 2 games in hand they had, and they've completely blown that. They're still sitting below the top 4. So if they don't win or get a good result here, then he could kiss top 4 goodbye, and they're going to have to put all their eggs into the Europa League as well.
Yeah. Again, I'm not sure. We'll come to my reasons why a little later. But I don't think if Chelsea don't win this game, I don't think that's their top 4 season written off. I still think it's going to go pretty much to the end of the season. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going for a Cardiff draw if Chelsea don't start well. If they get a goal in the first half hour, then I think it'll be a few goals.
Yeah. Fair enough. So that's mine and Trevor's opinion. I think Chelsea are going to just about scrape through. Trevor's going for a draw. Guys, let us know what you think. Alright guys, so we move on to the big game of the weekend. A massive fixture in the calendar. We've got Liverpool taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur haven't won at Liverpool since 2011, when Van der Vaart and Modric got 2 goals to win 2-0. That was when Andy Carroll and Suarez were in the team. Since then, you've had a couple of draws at Anfield, but you've not managed to get over the line and pick up a win. Is this weekend going to be any different?
In a word, no. Unfortunately not. Yeah, as you said, our record against Liverpool in recent years, if we span back the last 10, 15 years, is absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
I think maybe over the last few years, we've kind of improved it a bit, but more so at home rather than away. I think we've nicked a couple of draws in the last couple of years. I was actually at the game last year. Last year was the 2-2, right?
Yeah.
So I was actually at Anfield for that game.
That was painful, that game.
Where the away fans sit, you're very close to the ground. And I've got to say, as far as being impressed by a team goes, Liverpool, I was blown away by like Poch's teams is known for hardworking, high press teams, etc. And I've never seen a team outrun us and outpress us like that. Maybe you just get a different perspective when you're kind of that close to the pitch. And we were lucky to get a draw in that game. To be fair, it's a worldie from Wanyama. And
the dodgy penalty,
dubious penalty. But no, I really can't see. I mean, I was at the reverse fixture at the start of the season as well at Wembley. I mean, you just absolutely walked all over us.
So I was shocked at that game when we played you. Obviously, you weren't in great form going into that game, but I think the ease in which Liverpool were able to get in and around your defence and create chances. I mean, it finished 2-1 in the end, but really and truly, it should have been a lot more for Liverpool.
Should have been a lot more. But having said that, once we got the goal back, we could have then actually nicked a draw or something. So I take spirit from that, but I really can't see anything but a Liverpool win on Sunday.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a bit nervous about the game. I do think Liverpool will win, but I do worry for fixtures like this, especially coming back from the international break. Our record coming back after international break is really poor, and we do struggle to find a bit of momentum in these games where we've had a long layoff. However, the one thing that I think we've got going for us is that we've got players who are starting to come into form, like Mane. The defence has been really solid. Obviously, Virgil, in my opinion, has been the best player in the league from beginning up until now. The question is, it depends on how Tottenham set out their team and just how solid our midfield is in that game. And also, are you going to have the creativity from that midfield as well to be able to unleash the players in Mane, Firmino and Salah?
Yeah, I mean, it's a strange one. Since Mane's come into form, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Salah seems to have kind of gone the other way. So it's a bit of a weird one. With regards to our setup, I think we'll go with 5 at the back. I think you'll play 3 centre backs with Trippier, Trippier on the right, and probably Rose on the left, and then just go Alderweireld, Vertonghen, and Sanchez at the back, which is quite solid.
It is.
Yeah. And then in front of them, I expect us to have Sissoko and Wanyama. So if anything, if we're going to get anything from the game, it's probably going to be a 0-0 draw, because that is a very kind of solid defensive team setup. And then you just hope that, between Eriksen, Ali, Son and Kane, they can maybe try and nick something going forward. But yeah, honestly, I don't see it. I think you'll dominate the game, and the dominance will tell, and you'll break through.
Well, obviously, I hope so. But for the sake of this, I mean, so we talk about Kane, and obviously Kane's your top goal scorer, your talisman. But questions have started to be asked, especially since he's come back from injury. Do you think he's a player that hampers the way you play? Because while he was out injured, you actually picked up some really good results. You're in a good run of form, and you're scoring goals from different positions and different areas in the pitch.
I get why people would say that, but if anything, it maybe has a detrimental effect on Son only.
Yes.
Because Son kind of stepped up in that time, and for the record, we nicked wins in that period, but we nicked wins where really we shouldn't have. People say, "Oh, it's a good sign that you can win when you're not playing well," but we got battered by Leicester, absolutely battered, and they should have won by a good few goals in that game. We nicked wins against the likes of Fulham. I don't know if was it Newcastle, but so we were just papering over cracks, in my opinion. I have a real kind of grudge with what we done in January, letting Dembele go.
Yeah,
that really makes no sense to me, and I just think we've just been kind of just really buying time, going with a midfield of Winks and Sissoko, who fair play to Sissoko this season. He's played much better. Yeah, but he's not my type of player, and Winks is limited as well, in my opinion. Dembele is for me is just an out and out baller, and it doesn't matter who he's up against. He can boss midfields and what have you, and we've really missed him, in my opinion. So yeah.
Do you not think Dembele's legs were starting to go a little bit? I mean, obviously this sort of game, if he's had a couple of games rest, he can come into and he can provide that element where he can just carry the ball, he can hold on to the ball, he can bring others into play, he can shut up shop at the back when he needs to. He's obviously a very diverse player, but do you think he was getting to a point where Poch was looking at him and thinking, okay, Sissoko's in great form, he's younger, he's fitter, he's stronger. Is this the man I need at the club anymore? And again, if you're selling someone like Dembele, why is the reinvestment not going back into the club as well to bring in someone to replace?
Yeah, I mean, it's clear, obviously, Dembele's best years were behind him. I still think we could have made use of him from January till the end of the season. If you're gonna sell him, fair enough. I mean, he's been a good servant to the club, so maybe they've just done him a good one and just allowed him to leave in January when they didn't necessarily need to. With regards to reinvestment, I think Poch is not one of these people who wants to sign just for the sake of signing. Yeah. And who do you get? Who do you get really that's going to improve our team? I mean, there are players, but good players, picking them up in January, I'm not sure how possible it is. So yeah, it's a tough one. But I just think, put it this way: if we turned out at the beginning of next season with Winks and Sissoko as our centre midfield, I would not be happy. Yeah, I can't say much more than that. So yeah.
So if we were to have a bit of fun, if we were to look at sort of having a combined Liverpool and combined Tottenham starting 11, who would be your 11? So we're starting goal. Are you picking Alisson or Hugo Lloris?
All right, I'll go Alisson.
Okay,
I'll go Alisson.
Oh, why the hesitation? For me personally,
because he's this is his first season, so obviously he looks quality. Lloris is he's got mistakes in him, but he's still a top Premier League keeper.
I agree.
And he's got bags of experience behind him, so that was the reason for the hesitation. But I'll lean towards Alisson. You're reluctant.
Left back, Rose or Robertson?
This is all right. This is going to be controversial. It's going to be controversial. I'm not saying this with bias. Right? Robertson's been a great find. But again, same arguments. It's his first season that he's really kind of performing. For me,
well, last season he was performing. They came in halfway through.
Yeah, halfway through. So for me, Rose. I mean, he had a little spell where he was out injured.
Yeah.
And I said prior to that spell, I thought he was easily the best left back in the league. That's without bias. Bear in mind, if we go back to the dark days of when we had Michael Dawson and them kind of players, Danny Rose was one of the players I wanted out of the club.
Yeah.
But he turned it around, and he's tenacious. He's strong in the tackle. He bombs forward. He's had some tremendous performances this season as well. So I'm going to go Danny Rose.
Obviously, I'm going to go Roberts.
Yeah. I'm not
but
mad at that.
I do actually have a soft spot for Danny Rose. I think he's a quality left back. I think a horrible time of injuries, and then he had that little period where he looked like he's fallen out of love with the club and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But on his day, I do think Danny Rose is a top left back. I just think Robertson just slightly edges it for me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Cool. All right, right back. Trippier or Trent Alexander?
Is he fit?
Who, Trippier or Trent?
No, Trent.
We'll soon see.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, if he's fit, then I'll go Trent. Trippier, up until last season, I don't know, he started putting in some top performances. I just think he just got a bit gassed with himself.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
The World Cup, scoring the free kick.
Yeah.
This season, he's just regressed terribly. He's made so much shocking errors this season. It just things like Palace away in the cup. He's on pens. Like what?
Yeah.
What? Since when?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an easy one. Trent all day.
Cool. So what we've got so far: Alisson, Trent, Rose / Robertson, centre back. Surely there's one shoe in centre back.
What's that, Toby?
It's got to be Big Verge.
Right. Well, what formation are we playing?
Let's go 4-3-3.
4-3-3. Okay. So 2 centre backs.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So all right. Van Dijk for one. And then I'm going.
We've got Gomez. We've got Toby.
No. There's no other Liverpool getting in. There's no other Liverpool defender getting.
No. Let me finish the list.
Gomez. No, we are. Gomez is cool.
Yeah.
He's cute. But no, come on. Vertonghen and Alderweireld, they're top centre backs.
Top European level centre backs.
Top. I'm struggling to pick one of them.
I know who I'd pick out to see, but I'll see who you say.
Oh man! All right, on form, it's tough. No, I'm gonna have to go Toby. Toby's he's a top player.
Yeah, Toby's the one for me. I mean, Vertonghen is brilliant at carrying the ball forward, but when it comes to solidity at the back, Toby for me all day long. And obviously, this summer is going to be interesting to see what happens with him.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. Unfortunately,
I'll be honest. For 25 million, I'd love to have Toby at Liverpool. Any team that gets him is going to improve their defence.
Personally, I think he's going United.
So
but
that's the sensible move.
Yeah. That's a big loss. That's going to be a big loss.
It will be. So that's our centre backs. That's our back four and our goalkeeper. Moving into centre midfield now. So if we're playing 3 centre midfielders, let's say we have 1 holding, and then we have either 2 8s or 1 8, 1 8/10.
Yeah. Okay.
Got Fabinho, Wanyama.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm just. Nah, for me, it's out of Fabinho, and Sissoko for the holding spot.
Okay.
Ronaldo, does he play there, or does he play?
He can be, but he plays further forward at the moment. It's got to be Fabinho. It's got to be. Although Sissoko's had a good season.
He's had a good season. That's why I'm saying if we're judging it, like I would never put Sissoko in any kind of 11. So, but I can't hate this season. He has been good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll go for Fabinho.
All right. Cool. So for me, I'd put Gini Wijnaldum in there. I think he's quietly gone about his business this season. I actually think he's been the most consistent centre midfielder this season as well in the league.
It's funny about him because he seems to split opinion, and even amongst Liverpool fans, you've got some that it's almost like the Joe Allen syndrome. It's like some people absolutely love him, and then some people hate him. But yeah, I personally always liked Ronaldo. Yeah. Okay.
And then for me, I've got to go Eriksen for that third spot. Creatively brilliant, set pieces, goals, creativity. He's got the full package.
Yeah,
and he works hard as anything.
That's the thing. Although I've always said, when you're talking about your number 10 type players, that's not really an attribute. One of the attributes that I'm looking to first. You know, a hardworking number 10 is like that's not what I want from him. But having said that, no, Eriksen for the last few years, I mean, he's always been a talent.
Yeah,
always. But yeah, he's really stepped up the last few years,
really,
and he's delivering consistently. So yeah, that's it.
Which is the reason why he's linked to your Barcelonas, etc. I don't think he'll go in the summer, but you've got to do well to keep up.
Yeah, it's touch and go. I think Toby's definitely gone, and I think Eriksen it's really touch and go whether we keep him or not. Unfortunately,
well, I reckon he will stay. I hope he stays in the league. But that remains to be seen. And then we move on to the front three. So we're saying a striker and 2 inside forwards / wingers. This is going to be more difficult than it might appear. A lot of people harp on about Liverpool's front three, but you've got the likes of Kane, Ali, Son. Let's start on the left. Mane, Son.
That is tough. Because Mane's really stepped up these last couple of months. But Son is probably my favourite player at the moment for Tottenham.
Quality player.
How can I leave him out? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Son. I have to stick with my boy.
Go Son?
Yeah, I have to stick with my boy.
The thing is, I'm gonna go Mane, and a lot of people will probably be like, it's got to be Mane, but you look at Son's performances and he is absolutely brilliant. I'd say if you said this question maybe a month ago, I think Son probably would have been the ultimate easy choice, but Mane in the last month has really stepped up his game.
Yeah, if we were going on current form, I'd put Mane and Son in and drop Salah, actually.
That's a very good shout. That is a very good shout. However, Salah is second top goal scorer in the league and hasn't scored for a silly amount of games. So surely that must go to saying just how good he's been and how high his standards of performances have been as well.
Yeah, I mean you can't dispute him. Obviously, like you say, his stats are ridiculous. I think he's got the most goal contribution as well, goals and assists joint. But yeah, if that would be my choice actually.
So you'd have Mane and Son.
Yeah.
I'd have Mane and Salah. Again, you're going to call me biased because I'm Liverpool, but I just think those two, just work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a controversial shout. So
Ali's unlucky to miss out.
Yeah, not really. He's been out injured for a long time as well. He's not had a great season. I was never a massive Ali fan myself.
Have you not been?
No, not really.
I love Ali.
He pops up with wonderful moments, like if you think back to some of the goals he scored at Chelsea last season, where he just brings the ball down.
Yeah,
he's done the same kind of thing at Arsenal this season as well
in the League Cup.
Yeah,
beautiful goal.
So he scores like some lovely goals and does some good things. But yeah, he's consistently he's not been that great this season. If I'm honest,
fair enough.
Yeah,
and then the last spot. The striking role, you got Bobby Firmino or Harry Kane.
It's not really hard, is it? It's I'm not. Listen, don't get me wrong. I like Firmino. I think it's crucial to what you guys do and how you play. But let's be honest, it's not really a debate.
This is where I'm going to be controversial.
Go on.
Bobby's my favourite Liverpool player,
right?
And I think he's a system at Liverpool. I think when he doesn't play well, the whole team around him struggles sometimes.
Yeah. That makes sense, but this is a combined team, not a Liverpool team.
It is, and as you said, Kane is a goal scorer, but Bobby, I think, has more to his game than just goal scoring. But again, if you're just looking at pure goal scoring, pure striking, I can't go against Kane.
I think you're doing Kane a slight disservice, though. Kane's
no,
all-round game
he has got a good all-round.
He's on point.
I just think Firmino's all-round game is better.
Okay. I think that's a debate within itself.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I do. I think Kane's gets slept on is his hold up play and his vision and bringing others into the game. I think people just see him just banging goals and just think that's what he's all about.
Okay.
But that's not really the case. Like if you watch him, obviously I go to games and he's a beast. Like he's like physically, he's really got much stronger and he bullies defenders. But yeah, having said all that, I do like Bobby. So, but I don't think it's a discussion if you're doing a joint team. I get what you're saying about making Liverpool tick. I get that, but if you're just picking a team, then no, I don't.
I am going to go against myself. I'm going to go for Kane purely for the fact that if the way I look at it is if he's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and Bobby Firmino's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, I'm always going to back Kane. And this is painful for me to do, but I'm going to put Kane in. So
if I was picking someone who wanted to, do a no look tap into an open goal, then I'll pick Bobby.
Well, we'll see. So guys, big game. I'm going for a Liverpool win. You're going to go for?
I'd love for us to scrape a 0-0 draw, but I think it'll be a home win. Yeah.
So we're going for 2 Liverpool wins, guys. Massive fixture for Liverpool and for Tottenham for the title race and for the top 4 race. Let us know who you think's gonna get the 3 points, or is it going to be a draw? Let us know in the comments below. And last but not least, it's a team that, well, neither of us are really that fond of, to be honest. It's more the fans. The Arsenal fans are hard work. I've got a lot of friends who are Arsenal fans, and you're hard work, but you'll be taking on Newcastle at the Emirates on Monday for the Monday night football. Have Newcastle got any chance of picking up anything from this game?
Possibly.
Is that your heart or your head talking?
No, because they've got a couple of results in the last couple of games. Rondon's start to find a bit of form.
Jose Perez.
Yeah.
Amaron as well.
Yeah,
the
new boy. And Rafa's on his day. If you put it to individual games, Rafa's a man who can spoil games and get results. So yeah, I'm hopeful that Newcastle can do us a solid. But realistically, I think Arsenal should have too much for him, especially at the Emirates.
Yeah.
So,
Again, it's how long can you keep Aubameyang and Lacazette quiet? I think in terms of Arsenal defence, they always give you a chance. If Newcastle can capitalise on that, then you could be in for a fantastic game. I think Rondon playing could be key to that as well, because he is someone that can bully defenders, and Arsenal defenders do not like a physical game.
Historically, they always struggle against that type of game.
So that could really play into Newcastle and Rafa Benitez's hands. However, again, it's the Lacazette and Aubameyang. Can you keep them quiet for 90 minutes? Can you limit the amount of chances? If Ozil plays, again, I'm not a massive Ozil fan, but he is creative and he can provide chances for the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang, who are running onto through balls. But again, Newcastle aren't really going to play a high line. They're going to play a low block and try and hit them on the counter attack.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I just think, especially a Monday night, Emirates in the evening. I just think the crowd, the atmosphere. I just think it's going to be too much for Newcastle, unfortunately.
So in terms of Arsenal, so we talk about Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Manchester United. Which of those two? Well, let's just say Liverpool and Man City are shooing for 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Which of those two make the top 4 and which 2 miss out?
I'll be honest, I'm really concerned about Tottenham making the top 4, and I have been for some time based on obviously when we had that little period where we had pretty much everyone out injured. We managed to scrape through some results, but I mean, if you factor in, we've still obviously we play you on Sunday. We still have to go away to Man City as well,
which you'll win.
There's just no. I have zero hope for that. So our run-in is not great on paper. I think Arsenal have the best run-in. I think on paper. Yeah. The only thing saving us is nobody seems to really want to take these spots. Yeah. So Chelsea slipping up recently. Has given me a bit of hope. So if we can get through this weekend unscathed and still in the top 4, then I think we'll stay there for the remainder of the season. However, obviously I'm expecting us to lose. So if we get overtaken and edged out, which I think can happen this weekend,
it can.
For the first time in a long while, then I think we'll really struggle. And when you've got 6 or 7 games left to go,
it's not a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time to turn it around. So I think it depends on this weekend. If we get through, then the top 4 will be obviously City, Liverpool, and I think Spurs, United.
So you've got the same top 4 as me from the beginning of the season. Even when Man United had Mourinho, I still had Man United to scrape through top 4. It's just what they do, isn't it?
Yeah.
They just managed to get through. And now, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's there. I've just got them scraping to top 4, and I still think Tottenham will. I know we say Arsenal got the easiest games on paper, but Arsenal, there's something missing there where they always got mistakes or a slip up in them, and then Chelsea, for what they have, you've got to think they've got Kante, who in my opinion is the best defensive midfielder in the world.
But is he playing there though?
He's not playing there. Goalkeeper Kepa's not too bad. Yeah. He's a decent goalkeeper. Azpilicueta is one of the best right backs in the league.
Well, he was. I don't know.
Yeah, was, as you said. Then you've got Marcus Alonso, who a season or 2 ago looked like he was unstoppable on the left-hand side. But again, he's fallen off. You've got Hazard, you've got Willian, you've got Higuain, you've got Pedro. So you've got players there who can turn the game on its head in no time, but they just don't have that consistency. So I actually have them finishing 6th this season. I thought it'd be Arsenal at the beginning of the season. I'm now saying it's going to be Chelsea.
Well, I mean, based on what's happened, you can't really argue that. I mean, you just listed all the players there. You missed out, the likes of Willian,
Rudiger as well.
They've got ridiculous players, but for some reason, I don't know if it's stubbornness or what. He being Sarri, doesn't seem to want to pick the team that works. So, for instance, if we just take Marcus Alonso for example, he's not really suited to a flat back 4. He's like a wing. He's like a wing back. William, wasn't he like one of their best players last season? Yeah. He can't even get in the team. So it's a strange one, but long may it continue.
So that's our top 4, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, Trevor. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Big game at the weekend. I'm sure we'll be in contact.
Guys,
guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, thank you very much for watching the Sanderson Show.